What's up, people? It's your boy Levelhead back with another video. And like I promised you guys, like I told you in my last video, I'm about to let you know over the next few minutes who me, Levelhead Gamer, believes won E3. Who took the #1 spot? Was it Microsoft with the Xbox One? Or could it be Sony with the PlayStation 4? Or was it my home team, Nintendo, with the Wii U and 3DS? Well, let's pause. Let's just pause for a second. Because we all know that Nintendo definitely did not win or come close to winning E3. Let's just be real. Bruh. We all know the truth. Even Reggie know the truth that Nintendo did not come close to winning E3 this year. Now, I already shared my thoughts on Nintendo's digital event, so I won't go over that again. I won't take you back through the agony, the pain, and the sadness that was that event. But let's move on, shall we? So the question becomes, who do I think won E3?
Drum roll, please. Drum roll.
Wait a minute. Before we go there, let me break down each of these two press conferences between Microsoft and Sony. Starting with Microsoft. Microsoft, to me, had a pretty good, pretty decent press conference. In honesty, I thought Microsoft had a real good press conference. Pretty solid. The first thing that they showed was Halo 5 Guardians, which in most cases I would just look past. But I'm not going to front. This might be the first Halo game that I actually give a try. I liked how it looked. I liked how it seemingly played. I think the storyline might be compelling, so I might jump on and give this first-person shooter a try and put it in that category of like I will feel about a Metroid Prime. But anyway, moving on. The next game that they showed was a game called Record that I thought was nice. It was CGI though, and I don't care for CGI. But when they said that the people behind the development had something to do with Metroid Prime, so some of the team from Metroid Prime is here helping with this game, former members of Retro Studios, and also the creator of Mega Man, which I found out, didn't know that he had a part in the development of this game as well. So it might be something worth checking out. Also, they revealed that the Xbox One is now backwards compatible. I thought that was one of the biggest, if not the biggest announcement that they made. People want to write this off, but in my opinion, even if it's late and should have been there at launch, is one of the biggest things announced. Backwards compatibility, I could throw a 360 game in there and it will play if it's in the list of games that can be played. They also showed Rare Replay, all the old Rare games that was on the N64 and even on the NES and Super NES. They're going to be here, so that's going to be cool. HoloLens was cool. Tomb Raider, which is coming out at the end of this year, and I will be picking up that Rise of the Tomb Raider. Also, another game that was really nice was Cuphead. A 1930 animated style game. Is animated after the 1930s cartoons animation. It was just nice, a 2D side scroller. And Gears of War 4. They showed footage of Gears of War 4. I thought that it was nice, people. I thought it was real nice. I am a Gears fan, and I will be picking up the reboot as well. So overall, I thought that Microsoft press conference was pretty good. So let's move on, shall we? Sony. To me, Sony had a good press conference as well. Pretty solid, in my opinion. One thing I didn't like, I never liked they presenters. They presenters to me are lame at times and can be very over talkative, in my opinion. But outside of them, I thought Sony had a pretty solid press conference. They did everything they needed to do to get their fan base hyped. Now, with that being said, I pulled out a few things that stood out to me with Sony. The first was Last Guardian. This game has been in development for over 10 years. First revealed back in 2007 for the PS3. I'm going to be honest, as cool as this announcement was, looking at it, it looks no different than the PS3 version that they first showed. But it is cool to know that this game is actually still in development. They said it's coming out next year, but didn't give a real time of when it's coming out next year, but supposedly it's coming out next year. The next thing that stood out to me was the next thing that they showed was Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn. A new game from Guerrilla Games. To me, this was one of the visually most impressive games at E3. I would put it above Halo 5, and I would put it right below another game that Sony showed, which was Uncharted 4. But this game looks cool, but again, what they didn't show was when is the game coming. So it looked good though. It was a nice looking game. Can't knock nothing about that game. When she was out in the wilderness fighting against mechanical dinosaurs and all that, it was dope. It was real nice. Another game that they showed was No Man's Skies, which is a plain no to me, in my opinion. It is a plain old-fashioned no. This game still hasn't shown really what it's about and what you're supposed to be doing. You can point to any planet or star and go there and roam all the planets around the sun or the star, that's solar system or whatever. On to the next one. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Rebuild. The crowd went nuts over this game, in my opinion. Okay. Shenmue. They announced that Shenmue is coming to and being made for the PlayStation 4 and the PC, I think. But you know what made me upset about this was the fact that they announced it and announced a Kickstarter and got all their fans through hype. This is something Sony do well. Through hype to jump on and get the kick and purchase or send money to the Kickstarter. And on top of that, they came out later and fully funded the game after their fan base gave them over $200-something million. Okay, so, and then the last thing that stood out to me was Uncharted 4, which, in my opinion, was the best demonstrated game of E3. And overall, I felt like Sony had a pretty nice, a really nice press conference. So, who do I think won?
Drum roll, please. We know who is drum roll.
And the winner is Microsoft. Now, I know a few of you are going to say that you don't agree because you think Sony won. Some of you will even say Nintendo won, but we know that y'all are fooling yourselves. I'm a Nintendo fan saying that, but some of you will say Sony won. And you will say it because Sony got the most hype. And while that might seemingly be the truth, I do not agree because Sony fans always get hyped on anything Sony does. But the reason I feel Microsoft won is because most of what Microsoft showed and the hype that was generated off what was shown is coming this year. Halo 5 this year. Tomb Raider this year. Forza 6 this year. Fable this year. Cuphead, if I'm not mistaken, this year. Backwards compatibility this year. The remake of Gears of War, the original, this year. We don't know when Horizon Zero Dawn is coming, as good as it looked. We don't know when Uncharted 4 is coming next year, even though it looks spectacular, and I will be getting a PlayStation 4 when that game come out. Last Guardian, we don't know when it's coming, even though they said 2016. They didn't even, the gameplay looked like the exact same gameplay that they showed back on the PS3. So, Shenmue, no. What was that? Final Fantasy 7? No. No Man's Sky? No. We don't know when those, well, No Man's Sky is supposed to be coming either this year or next year, but the other stuff, we don't know when that stuff is coming. So hype doesn't usurp hype with actually tangible proof that the stuff is coming. So in my opinion, Microsoft won and Sony pulled a close second. With that being said, this video is done. Like, subscribe, and follow. I hope y'all liked all the editing. This is your boy Levelhead signing out. Deuces.